Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. So hello guys, let's continue again. Let's understand list comprehensions in Python. Basically, list comprehensions are used for creating new lists from other iterables like range or tuple. It consists of square brackets containing the expression as well as the condition. It is basically a combination of for loop and list. It is executed for each element along with the for loop to iterate over each element. It is a better and concise approach, and we should try to use it whenever we are using list with conditionals and for loop. Now let us understand the syntax for list comprehensions in Python. So first of all, we have to start with square bracket inside which we have to do each and everything. Inside the square bracket, first of all, we have to write the for loop. So here it goes like that, for item in iterable, where iterable can be anything like list, range or tuple. Now on the left side, we have to write an expression. Expression can be anything which is related to the item. For example, in expression we can increment the value of item by 2 or any other operation that we want to perform on the item. Here I have only discussed about the expression, but we are also having conditions inside list comprehensions that will be discussed in the later videos. Now let us understand the parameters for list comprehensions. First of all, it takes an iterable which can be list, range, tuple or anything, and it will return a new list which has been formed using the list comprehension. Let's go for a hands-on practical for better understanding. First of all, let's start the Python REPL by giving the command python. To make an empty list in Python, we just have to type 2 square brackets and it will return an empty list. We can also assign an empty list to a variable. For example, x equals to 2 square brackets, and now x is having empty list. Now let's suppose that I want to generate few numbers in Python. So for that I will use for loop and I will use range function. Here range function will generate 10 numbers from 0 to 9. For loop will iterate over each number. In each iteration, the value of I will also get updated. In the very beginning, the value of I will be 0, after that it will be 1, 2, 3 and it will continue up till 9. Now suppose that instead of printing, I want to save this thing to a list. So I will directly append the value of I to the empty list x. Now you might be thinking, what is append? So append is a list method. It will add an item to the list. In this case, it will add I to the list in each and every iteration, which logically means that it will first of all append 0 to the list, after that 1, 2, 3 and it will continue up till 9. So now we are done with the loop, and if I directly print x, so it will give us a list having all the values. As expected, it is containing the values from 0 to 9. It's possible that you might be thinking where I have used list comprehensions. So till now I haven't used list comprehensions, but this code will actually act as a base for list comprehensions. So now let's code our first list comprehension. First of all, I am making a variable x to hold the output returned by the list comprehension. After that we have to put the square bracket, and inside that we have to write a for loop. So again I am writing the same for loop to generate numbers up to 9. But after that I don't have to put a colon, and I have to move at the very beginning of the list. There I have to write the expression which should be related to the item. In this case the item is I. So I am directly writing I because I want my values to be saved in the list. So now our first list comprehension is ready. Now if I print x, we will receive the same list that we have got earlier also. So here we can understand the power of list comprehensions. Earlier we have written a code of more than 4 lines, but here we have achieved the same thing in one single line. It is much more concise, readable and understandable as well. Now let's suppose that if I want to multiply the value of my elements by 10. So again I have to do the same thing. But in the expression part we just have to multiply the I by 10. So here the value of each item will be multiplied by 10 automatically. So again we have to write the for loop that we have used in the previous case. Now if I print the list x, we will see that each and every item of this list has been multiplied by 10. So now we know how to apply basic list comprehension in Python, but in the next video I will be discussing about conditionals with list comprehensions. I hope that everyone has got some knowledge from this video, and if you have any doubts, do comment and let me know. That's all for today. My new video will be uploaded soon. Thank you.